Welcome to the 359. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm Alfred Ng.
I'm Alexandra Abel.
Gmail is getting a massive update. Google's ubiquitous email service gets a fresh coat of paint, as well as some new features like self-destructing emails and two-factor authentication for some messages. And also use AI to nudge you on important emails you may have missed. Now this is coming out to G Suite customers or people who use Gmail for work, but folks can access some of these features. At least some folks can. I wasn't able to. But going to the settings menu and locating the try the new Gmail option, and I don't have it yet. But
it's like every time there's a new Gmail update and they switch you to the new Gmail, the new calendar, or the new Hangouts, like I don't want it, and I go back, and this is the first time that I've read something like about the new Gmail. I was like, give me this. I want like all these features.
Some of this stuff is awesome. The self-destructing email thing. I mean, taking a page out of Snapchat a little bit, but really, I mean, that's really useful. Yeah,
I also think the other security feature where like you can set it so that this email can't be forwarded or printed or anything like that, that is like incredibly useful too. And
I mean, you can still take a screen cap, but you're right. It definitely makes it a lot harder for people to move that email around.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to set all my emails to self-destruct now.
Great.
I'm more excited for the calendar feature since I'm in meetings constantly at all times of the day, and I think it'll be a lot easier, but I haven't received it either.
How is it going to make your life a little bit easier?
Well, because it's already built into Gmail, which I have open all the time, but I don't always have my calendar, so I'm always freaked out that I'm going to miss a meeting. And I just think that having that built-in integration is going to be a lot easier, especially for people like me who have meetings all the time.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely coming at a time where people are spending more time on things like Slack or WhatsApp to coordinate things. So I feel like this is Google's response to that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can spend less time on Slack now.
All right. Next up, developers have found a flaw in Alexa that lets malicious developers use the digital assistant and record audio indefinitely. Alfred, you had the story in this. What are the details?
Yeah, so you know how when your Alexa like doesn't hear you properly, it says like, hey, can you please like repeat that again or something? So they developed a skill for like, which is basically its apps that would keep listening, but it wouldn't say, can you please repeat that? So it would keep listening until you told it to stop. They did it with like calculator app. So it was like, hey, what's 7 times 6? And then Alexa answers 42, and then you think it's done, but it just keeps listening forever. Amazon said they fixed this. It happened around April 10th when they fixed it, and the news came out today. But the idea was, before they had fixed it, any developer could have gone and like made an app that did that.
And so that's the critical thing. Like, do we know if any developers had done it?
From what I understand, this has not been spotted in the wild yet, or like before Amazon had fixed it. Like there weren't any apps that were doing this, and from what I understand, Amazon did like scan through all the skills that were available to see if any of them were taking advantage of this opening. But no, it didn't happen. But these researchers did report it to Amazon when they discovered it. And
so the key is this is sort of a loophole that got closed up.
Yeah, and the argument was the ring is still lit when like it's listening, but the idea is like, how often do you look at your Echo like when you're using it? The whole point is to not have to look at it.
Right. All right. Lastly, the latest story in our Follow the Money package looks at mobile payments and cryptocurrency and how they might be able to help the poor. Specifically, these technologies might give people who don't have access to bank accounts access to financial services and allow them to move money around without high fees, or even start just simply saving money. It's kind of a good feel-good story there.
No, yeah, it's a really good look at how we're not really driven by like paper money anymore, or like banks even for that matter, where you can store all your cash. Well, cash. I say that with like quote marks. Yeah.
No, and look, this is we talk a lot about technology and gadgets and how it and oftentimes this is for people who can afford all these fancy toys. It's kind of nice to have a story here looking at how technology can help folks who are a little bit less privileged. So, as always, check us out on CNET. I'm Roger Chang.
I'm Alfred Ng.
I'm Alexandra Abel.
Thanks for listening.
Boo, 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 boo.
And thanks to everybody for joining us on the live recording. It's weird. Why don't we just call this radio now? It's a live podcast.
It feels like
easier
radio.
Called just radio.
What the hell is a radio?
Oh, God. Millennials.
You're like that. What's the laptop?
Is that like
person?
Pandora?
Yeah, exactly. So thanks, everybody. Go ahead and submit your questions and comments in the chat. I'm going to start fishing on through. And I laughed to myself. I had to like mute my mic because you said when the echo gets lit. And I couldn't stop myself.
I can't. Yeah,
it gets crazy there.
So if you listen back on that, I was like kind of like trying to figure out a way to phrase it. I was like, I have to say lit, damn it.
Yeah, well.
Wait, so Is the Alexa still listening? Does that have anything to do with when Alexa was randomly cackling?
No, that's completely different.
But it's weird, right? That she would have unprompted responses, and now it turns out that there was this flaw where she was still listening.
But I don't know if that was related to like any like one specific skill or not. I don't know what the cause of the Alexa like laughing thing.
Yeah, I
was.
don't think we ever found out.
It did look
we?
like no, we didn't really find out what they patched it, but they never really explained it. This looked like this was something that was specifically developed by to have a specific purpose of listening in on people.
And so they don't get the recording of you, and they don't get to like listen in real time of like what you're saying, but they do get a transcript of what you're saying in real time, which some might argue is like better than a recording.
Like it's actual like written proof basically.
Yeah, but so developers always like can get access to a partial transcript, but they don't get a full transcript. So they don't hear every word that you're saying, but like, so for example, if I asked in the calculator app, if I had asked like what's 6 times 7, it would just say 6 times 7 instead of like what is 6 times 7 or like Alexa, what's 6 times 7.
Okay. But then it would go on and record everything you said.
But like, so you basically have like the cliff notes of like the conversation.
For legit skills, like how long do they actually record your voice or
it's supposed to stop recording like once it fulfills the request.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like when you use it, like that light goes off once it like does what you need it to do.
Right, once the light's off, it's not recording.
Yeah, so part of Amazon's fix was that they limited how long it could do it at all.
Okay.
So like it would have to be like at most like 2 or 3 minutes now to like listen to your request. Which like if you take 2 or 3 minutes to make a voice request, maybe consider not having a voice assistant.
Yeah, you need more help. You need more help than a digital assistant can give
Maybe
you.
Consider a real assistant to talk to the voice
Alexandra,
assistant.
are you an Echo user?
I am. So when I'm back in California, I use my Echo every morning.
What do you do?
She wakes me up by listening to podcasts, and
Okay.
but I do
359
notice,
podcast.
obviously, yeah. And
I don't think we're available on it, actually.
Actually, I wake up at 5, so I don't think you guys are up that early yet.
Yeah, we're up at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
Eastern time, which is 5 o'clock your time.
So. Our podcast is
I don't think the podcast is up.
No, but we do come in later in the day.
Yes.
So we replace the tech today that starts the morning off. So if you need that for your morning commute, and then in the evening finale, you can get the 359 refresher.
Exactly.
There you go.
It's on my commute home on the ferry.
There you
But
go.
I do like that, sometimes with those specific commands, you have to phrase them in a certain way. So I do like that she listens after, but keeping what I'm saying is a little bit freaky to me.
Yeah. I didn't even know that they kept transcripts, actually.
I didn't know that either. That was a new discovery.
I learned something new.
Do you know how long they keep the transcripts or how long they...
It might be a different set of rules for developers versus like what Amazon gets, because Amazon actually gets the recordings, but you can control that. You can delete that on your own. I'm not sure if you can delete what developers get.
Right, because if they get access to the transcripts, it's not like you can tell somebody to delete it.
Yeah.
They'll actually listen, right?
Yeah.
This sort of goes back to the whole Cambridge Analytica problem.
Yeah, exactly.
That's its own issue.
All right, let's talk about Gmail for a little bit, or more specifically, email clients. Does anybody still use Yahoo? When are we getting that update?
I use Yahoo.
Why?
Oh, come on.
No
it's
way.
my burner account. It's whenever I log into something that I know is going to get
But
spam.
why would you have a burner that's bad? You can have
No,
a burner
burnt.
on Gmail too.
It's Tinder. It's Cinders.
No. It's not. I signed up for this after all this happened. I've checked. It's not compromised. It actually is. It's totally fine. It's an account that whenever I know that there's going to be spam, I have a personal Gmail account. I tend not to sign up for things on that unless it's like really critical. All the kind of like, if I sign up for like promotional orders, it's usually to the Yahoo.
But
account.
you can make a burner Gmail account too.
Yeah.
Like, why would
That's
you
what
do it
I
on
did.
Yahoo?
I don't know. I just like having the separation for some reason.
I feel like there's some weird karma in play that you're punishing Yahoo.
Have all this spam.
Yeah, it kind of is. Well, also, when they the reason I did it is because when Yahoo offered up those new email domains, like I was able to get my name for Yahoo. I can't get my name for Gmail.
Right.
But it's a
So-
burner though, so why would you need your name on it?
Wouldn't you
I just
want
wanted-
the
Yeah.
opposite of
I
that?
don't know.
I think I have
the
like
logic
my-
is all flawed.
So
but-
tell us about these new Yahoo email features.
I think I still, if like a burner, I just use like my old middle school email that's on Yahoo, but is not my name.
I also have a Hotmail
It's
account,
like,
but I don't use it.
Oh
I just-
my god,
Dude.
stop.
I don't use it. I still have it though.
Next thing you know, he's got a Netscape on his Outlook.
Wait,
My-
what?
Oh.
Wait, you don't?
My burner name is just this kid that I didn't like in elementary school.
Oh my god.
I sign him up for
That's
a
the
bunch of
best.
stuff.
Wow.
But I mean, I get it. Like, I get the emails, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. He's
Wow,
probably cool
that's-
now. He's probably like a cool person.
super-
Sure.
I hope we find out who this person
I
is.
know. I really want to know. Like,
Yeah.
I want to have this person on the show, frankly.
Yes.
Just to confront Alfred. Like, not tell Alfred. Just have him come
Yeah.
in the
Are
middle
you
of
the
show.
reason why I've been getting all these like?
He probably gets like all these like weird mail
Well,
stuff.
he
That's, like,
doesn't get the emails though, because it's my account. Like, I
Right.
just sign
But
up
like
and
you use his name, and so
Yes.
he probably tried to find an email address with his name, and he couldn't find one.
I feel like there's an editorial here, like the deep dark secrets of how you hide your email and where the karma plays out, and how you
Like, what it all means.
Yeah,
Like, on a
just, like-
subconscious level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this weird karmic.
Well, for him,
weird,
it's not even that subconscious. It's pretty direct, right? He just
the
doesn't like the
distant-
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I stopped like having a grudge by like middle school, but it
Sure,
was just one of
Alfred.
those
Yeah.
things.
Okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
It was
We
one of
buy
those
it.
things where I was just like, I already have it. I'm just gonna
Dude,
keep
just-
doing this.
Just let it go, man.
So, are we excited about these new features? List off
I'm-
what
I'm totally-
your top 3 are.
I'm
that's
totally excited. I like that this two-factor authentication for certain emails. If it's like a fairly critical email, I like. Great example is if ever I'm sending stuff to my accountant, right? Like if he's sending me information, critical advice or whatever, I'd like for like two-factor authentication to be in place. Exploding or these self-detonating emails are kind of awesome.
I can see the two-factor authentication thing being like really useful to like stopping like phishing attacks.
Yes.
In the sense that like,
Yeah.
oh hey, your credit card was compromised. Click on this to log back in, and then like, my feeling is if it doesn't have two-factor authentication, like I would know like this is a scam.
Although,
Yeah.
do you think companies will be savvy enough to use it?
They should be.
Yeah,
they
I mean, like-
absolutely should be.
They should be, but will they? That's a big
Well,
assumption.
but then this new email
Because it
or-
only works for does it only work within Gmail or can this work within like?
I think it only works within Gmail.
So that's the thing, right? Like a lot of these corporate accounts aren't Gmail accounts.
Don't a lot of corporate accounts though use Gmail?
No,
yeah,
I mean
don't-
some
wouldn't
do.
say
but
I feel
it's
like-
still
yeah.
It's growing.
It's still a minority of
Really?
corporate Gmail
That
of
is
corporate email
surprising.
accounts. No, it's not.
I am a
Microsoft Outlook. They're
I-
locked into that old
exactly.
formula.
Microsoft
Oh.
Outlook is still by far the most widely used.
I'm a big
service.
fan of the feature that doesn't let you like forward anything though, because there's
Yes. Yeah.
every time I write an email now, I'm always like really mindful of the idea like whatever you write can be forwarded to anybody. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Like I write emails knowing that like if this could be broadcast on Twitter tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so
That paper trail, man.
yeah, just
E-paper.
It'll kill you.
no, that's the thing. You just have to be mindful of that. And yeah, the idea that you can't forward, you can't is kind of a great little feature there.
Alexander, I'm with you. I'm really excited about the calendar integration
Thank
because I
you.
live and die by my Google Calendar. If it
Yes.
doesn't tell me to brush my teeth, I don't brush my teeth.
I have
That's
everything.
really sad, dude. Just saying.
You guys give me all the crap to do.
Yeah,
I
but
have to keep that straight.
It's so true. It's like so many different meetings, so many things to do. I have to block out time when I need to do like my actual job.
I use it to organize all of the
Yeah.
studio scheduling here.
Exactly. Like it's so important to me to have like a good seamless calendar. And
Yep.
my personal calendar is on iCal and I love iCal. But having like my work on Google Calendar just makes my life so much easier.
Right.
And having that built-in integration is just I'm so excited.
The one feature that I hope that Gmail never adds or any email feature platform ever is what Facebook Messengers and like iMessage has done with like red tags, because there are so many emails that I ignore that if they knew that like I opened it and like read it and just didn't want to reply,
Oh yeah,
That would be
Like
terrible.
read receipts?
yeah,
yeah.
I was like, please don't do
That's
that.
that's not cool. I purposely ignore 90% of my emails.
Yeah, let me ignore people in peace.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
it's
I've
true.
always loved the filtering on
Yes.
Gmail.
Actually,
Yeah.
I have never used that, but I hear great things about it.
habitually-
Yeah.
It saves me so much grief.
Because I get notifications anytime anything's trending on Twitter, and
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
my inbox
That can be
would be
overwhelming.
at
Yeah.
like 30,000.
Yeah.
I also like the smart reply. I just realized that was going to be a thing.
I mean,
That is
I-
such
I-
a great feature, but I would
I rarely use it.
I use
though.
it all the time,
Really?
but I
Yeah.
only my only thing is I wish they could let us custom them.
oh, mine
yeah.
comes up with like what I usually say. So like when I get requests to post something, and I
So
have to
I'll
reply
know
back.
when you email me. It's not.
I mean,
really,
like, yeah,
It's
so
not an
you-
Alexandra response.
No,
it is a
it's-
Google written response.
Yeah, and it's like
I
got
like
it.
to be more authentic with my responses.
I'd really
I mean,
like
if-
I'd really like one that's just like I'm not interested in this press release. There are
Yeah,
like thanks, but
can
I'm
you-
not in.
It's
Yeah,
called the spam button.
Can you? Yeah, you can't program in your own response.
You should be able to, but
I don't think you
I
can.
haven't been
Yeah.
able
But
to
you
do
can
it.
create a filter that, if you have those certain keywords.
Yes,
in a press
I've done it
release.
for blockchain and some other thing that I forgot, but yeah.
Who is it? Zach Whitaker. He always gets weird blockchain email requests
yeah,
or
yeah.
presser requests, and he's like,
I
"This
think
is
we,
the worst
I
thing
think
ever."
every tech reporter
Yeah, we
gets
all
really
get
bad.
blockchain.
I haven't
spam
succumbed to
all
that
the
yet,
time.
so I'm pretty pumped.
Props to you, Alexandra, too, for your Ruth Bader Ginsburg sticker that's right up front and
Thank
center
you.
in the shot. I just
Thank
realized
you.
that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah.
have the strand. I have to represent the strand, and then I have a taco because tacos are my favorite.
Right.
I have CNET because I love CNET.com.
Because we have to.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a CNET sticker yet, so if anybody wants to,
We
grab
have
me
a
one.
ton of
We
here.
I have
Yeah.
extras.
Plenty.
I'll hook you up.
See,
I'll just say this:
Yeah.
once it's on, you can't take it off. You don't go back.
I mean, I think that's okay. This is like my third work computer,
And then
though,
you
so-
show up.
Oh yeah.
You show up to events, and then it's just like,
And
hey,
then people,
everybody,
and then people look at you like, yeah.
I'm here
Oh,
from
you guys.
CNET.
I'm subtle. I'm Mr. Subtle.
I'm waiting for the day somebody walks up and is like, what's Connect?
The
Hey,
next
we've
time,
only-
the next time you show up to an event where you know your laptop has to be out, you should wear all your CNET swag. You should wear like the hoodie.
I
the
do. I wear
socks.
my socks. I wear.
Like Leisure from T-Mobile in his
Yeah, exactly.
pink socks. Saw
I
him
mean,
a mile
he's-
away at Comic
He is
Con.
on brand,
yeah,
right? He is
but you
totally.
always,
That's
you
the-
always know where he is, and
that's-
you always know who he is.
That's the next like swag we should have. CNET jumpsuits. Like just a
What about like romp him?
You mean CNET, like,
remember romp
onesies?
him?
yeah, yo.
CNET onesies would be kind of cool, actually. It's like we don't even we don't sleep. We just work all the time.
Like for adults or for kids?
no, for adults.
Oh, okay.
No, not. I mean, CNET onesies for kids.
I
would
mean,
be cute,
yeah, that would be cute.
but I think a CNET onesie for adults. I have a T-Mobile onesie. It lights up and everything.
That's just because T-Mobile loves you.
Let's not get into that.
I'll get right on that, guys. Okay, we only have a few minutes left. Let's try to get through a few more actual
Let's
haven't
actually
answered
answer some
any
questions.
Can Google prevent an exchange or other user from forwarding? That's from Datcher.
Yeah, I mean
You should be
that's one
able
of the
to,
key
yeah.
features is you'll be able to select how.
No, but
the
I think he's
recipient can
asking
share,
like
right?
if your recipient is like not using Gmail though, like they're using Exchange.
Oh yeah, that's different, right? That I think this only works within Gmail.
Yeah, I'm like working on a story about like the privacy features from it, so I
Right.
can ask Google about
We
that.
can definitely follow up with you though.
All right, coming in from Josh Boyda. Sorry, I was just knee deep in my coffee. My college is on Outlook. Is there a way to link it with my Google Calendar?
Yeah, I did that in college, like
It's
myself.
Pop 3,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's standard Pop
yeah,
3.
yeah.
No, but that's calendar though. Isn't Pop 3 email?
But can't you sync them since
yeah,
they're like
yeah.
You should
You're,
be able
you're
to.
able to like so on your Google Calendar, you should be able to import calendars from like other like accounts.
Let's take another one from Srindroid. Doesn't Google also hear us all the time? This is obviously pedaling back into the Echo.
I mean, yeah, this is definitely actually hearing or like scanning our emails. Sorry, we're jumping from topic to topic, but which
I think he's saying hearing
No,
because
no,
he
so-
mentions OK Google.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
says, doesn't
yeah.
Google also hear us all the time? Google My Activity Log shows the, not going to say the activation word, audio recorded with the following instruction.
Yeah, so
Isn't the
that's
same-
the
the
same
same
argument
deal, though,
with
right?
like Siri and Alexa in the sense that they're hearing, but they're not like recording or like whatever. They're literally only hearing for like the wake word,
Yeah.
which would be
Yeah, yeah.
that. So that's their argument, but like the other side of the story is, well, if they're always listening for the wake word, then technically aren't they always listening?
yeah.
So,
Let's take one from Alex Mitchell. I use Google Inbox and it's amazing. I never looked back. But why does Google have to have email, like multiple email apps?
I feel like
Do
that's
they?
just the Google way. Yeah, there's Inbox, there's Gmail. I
They-
mean, they have multiple chat apps.
That
That's
is
just
the
how
worst.
It's just
It's
how
the
they are. They've
worst.
got Allo, GChat, Hangouts. I mean, yeah.
Allo or no,
The-
Allo is
Allo, yeah. So it's
Voice.
Look, a lot of this is Google, I think, experimenting with different features. I think Inbox came out and focused on a number of different features. I think it was like prioritization. It was being able to like hit snooze on on a message. I think Gmail is still like the centerpiece email service that Google has, and those are you can tell like this is where they're putting their resources behind.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. It's annoying that Google like likes to experiment with these one-off projects and like Sometimes they support them, sometimes they don't.
We got just enough time for 2 more questions from old fan Ryan Williams. Welcome back, sir.
Hey.
It's been a while. I see Gmail was updated, but I only use Inbox. Is there a big change that should make me go back? Can we, as users, as editorial, recommend the switch back for our dear friend Ryan?
Switch back to old school Gmail?
Standard Gmail.
I use standard Gmail.
Like standard from
Inbox.
the new features that just came out?
He's
or-
saying he's only been using his onboard Inbox app. Should he switch back to the formal Gmail app?
Oh.
I mean, I don't know, to be honest.
I don't know if, like how they're gonna separate the features
Yeah.
for like apps.
Got it.
Yeah. That's...
Also, like just wait a bit because like right now all these new features aren't really available for all Gmail users.
Yeah, this is right now it's
Yeah.
for professional users.
And do
first.
we have a date of when this is going to roll out publicly?
No, this is public now. Certain select Gmail personal account users are able to try it out, but as evidenced by the 3 of us not being able
Yeah.
to access it, not everyone can get it.
I feel burnt. I'm a power user.
If you're a G Suite user, like we are at work, CNET is a Gmail shop. It's really up to the account administrator to basically turn it on, but it's available now. It's dependent upon each company whether or not they want to take advantage of this.
Yeah, I would wait a bit though before like jumping back
Get the
to like the
bugs-
Gmail app.
get the bugs
yeah,
out.
that. But like in the sense, I don't want you to like download the Gmail app again and then like realize that the features aren't there yet and then like have to delete it again. So I would like wait a bit.
Yeah.
And one more for the road. Let's pivot right back over to digital finance from APEC. I wish the mobile payment services would just be 1 or 2 apps that I can use anywhere, like Apple and Google Pay. I really
Right.
don't want each store to have their own app. Why are they doing
I think
this?
this is-
Why is Netflix and Hulu and Disney and Showtime and all of the video streaming trying to consolidate their own individual services at the same
I was
time?
wondering where you're going with that. But yeah, I mean, the same deal. Like every company
They want control.
exactly. They want control over the user, over the customer. That's why Starbucks isn't that interested in Apple Pay because they have a successful mobile app themselves. And more importantly, they have access to that data. Apple Pay is kind of like this neutral party. Same with Android Pay or Google Pay and Samsung Pay. Was it Android Pay? I was getting them all confused. But the idea is that they serve as neutral parties, and so they're not giving up the data to the retailers. And so for them, it's why are they putting the money into investing in new terminals that take the stuff if they're not getting the data? Whereas someone like Starbucks, as well as a number of other retailers, are really kind of pushing their own kinds of apps. But the problem is obviously it's super fragmented, and you'll have to have like 15 apps on your phone in order to be able to pay for everything you want.
Welcome
Well-
to the a la carte world.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't it also like what works with what bank and sort of the relationship that these apps would have with the bank? Like Venmo, you know, it kind of depends on which bank, but then Zelle, we know.
Well,
works-
Zelle is the banks.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I think that also plays into, you know, why they haven't all consolidated.
Well, it's not just that. You're talking about exchange of digital money online. I was just talking about paying at like the register.
Oh, okay.
For like
Yeah.
Apple Pay. I mean, which are 2 different things. And I think it's a good illustration of why it's so fragmented because those are like 2 different universes with different kinds of players.
Right.
Apple is trying to do that with iMessage, right? Basically be able to exchange money like Venmo. But it's not available to everyone because not everyone's an Apple user. So
Right.
yeah, I think it just sort of illustrates the point that it's super fragmented. And there are companies that have their own vested interest in keeping things to themselves. And that's why there aren't universal standards out there.
And that is just about going to do it for
Yep.
us today. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. And a special happy birthday to Alex Mitchell. He's celebrating his
Hey.
30th today.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Big
birthday.
3-0. Awesome.
And want to wrap it up?
Yeah, a happy birthday to Katie Collins, by the way. She also turned 3-0 today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Our
good
very
stuff.
own.
Very own. So if you liked anything you saw or heard here, check us out on CNET. Our podcast is available on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Feedburner, Google Play Music, and the Amazon Echo.
And thanks to Alexandra for joining us today.
Thank you,
for having
Alexandra.
me.
Always lovely to have you around the
Awesome.
New York office.
Yep.
Thanks.
Take care, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Bye.